Hello there, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Lunchtime News. We are coming to you live from the Newsfirst studio here in Colombo. Before we head into the stories in detail, here's a look at the headlines for this afternoon. President in Qatar tells Sri Lankan community government is committed to build prosperous and better country against any challenge. Reckless driving claims the lives of 2 women in Maithripala. Demonstration obstructs all roads in the Hatton town. And finally, on sports, Sri Lanka takes on Pakistan in the first T20 international. President Maithripala is currently on an official visit to Qatar, met with the Sri Lankan community in the country last evening in Doha. A large number of Sri Lankans working in many fields in Qatar were present at the meeting and praised the President for visiting Qatar, marking his first state visit to the Middle East. Speaking at the meeting, President Sirisena said the current government is committed to build a prosperous and better country at the hands of any challenge.
Sri Lanka
You must be privy to the information about Sri Lanka through the media and the internet. You must be having access to this information or may not. Lankan immigrants in various foreign countries and the ones who work in those countries get to know what is happening in the country through the internet or either on social media like on Facebook. What I would like to say is that the real Sri Lanka is different than what is seen on social media or the internet. Facebook carries false news about the policy decisions by the government and the current political landscape and even the conduct of politicians. I like to mention that the country enjoys the freedom of democracy at its best through media and Facebook and how the information is disseminated.
Facebook website haraha මම බොහොම පැහැදිලිව ඔබට කියන්නට ඕනේ අන්තර්ජාලයෙන් Facebook website හරහා නම් ඔබ දකින ලංකාව ඊට වඩා බොහෝ.
Still in local news, traffic has been obstructed in Hatton due to protests carried out against the decision to change the name of Thondaman Vocational Training Centre.
The decision to change the current name to Full Bank Vocational Centre was taken by the current administration of the Ministry of Upcountry New Villages, State Infrastructure and Community Development. The ministry is currently led by Minister Palanidhi Gambaram. The protest was carried out by the members and activists of the Arumugan Thondaman-led Ceylon Workers' Congress Party.
2 women were killed in a motor accident on the Colombo-Putla main road in the Ulukulama area in Anuradhapura today, caused by a reckless lorry driver. The accident occurred when a speeding lorry which was transporting cattle collided into an SUV and a motorbike. The victims were 2 sisters travelling on the motorbike who were residents of the Nochiagama area, aged 29 and 32. Our correspondent said bystanders assaulted the driver of the lorry and is now receiving treatment in hospital. Meanwhile, 3 people were injured in a head-on collision between a jeep and a van on the Colombo-Kandy main road in the Radhavanduna area. The injured have been admitted to the Nitambua Vathupitiya district hospital. The victims are residents of the Batharamul and Killapana areas. Police said that the accident occurred when the jeep travelling from Kandy had attempted to overtake a bus and collided onto an oncoming van. Five people were injured when a lorry collided with a wild elephant in the Habarana area. Police said that the accident, which took place early this morning, caused serious injuries to the elephant as well. The injured have been admitted to the Habarana hospital, and police said wild officials have been called to the area to treat the injured elephant. Safari jeep drivers of the Yala National Park continue to refrain from services. As a result, the park had no tourist visits today as well. The demonstration was launched in protest against the limitations imposed on the number of safari jeeps entering the park. A meeting was held last night to resolve the crisis. The meeting was attended by a group of officials, including Deputy Director of Wildlife Ranjit Marasinghe and representatives of the Safari Jeep Drivers Association, the Tissa Maharama Traders Union and Hotel Association. as the discussions ended with no consensus reached. Deputy Wildlife Director Ranjit Marasinghe assured the representatives that the matter would be addressed to the Prime Minister during the course of the day today for a solution. Given the outcome of yesterday's meeting, the safari jeep drivers continued their demonstration today as well. 2 suspects were arrested in the Badulla area for peddling heroin. The arrests were made in a raid carried out by the Badulla District Narcotics Unit. 17 grams of heroin assorted in 209 packets worth 900,000 rupees was seized from the suspects. Preliminary investigations revealed the suspects were operating the racket in the Badulla, Bandaravilla, Haliyala and Ethapitiya area using a new payment system. The suspects have been selling a packet of heroin at 2,300 rupees each. 11 mobile phones, a van and a logbook were also seized from the suspects, who are to be produced before the Badulla Magistrates Court today. Now looking ahead at the weather forecast issued by the Department of Meteorology, here's a report from the Met Department.
Duty meteorologist at the Met Department said that as the intertropical convergent zone slides over Sri Lanka, there remains a high possibility for afternoon thunder showers. As a result, the Met Department predicts that showers or thunder showers will occur over most parts of the island after 2 p.m. today. Showers may occur in the Western Province and in Puttalam district and along the southern and eastern coastal areas in the morning too. Heavy falls about 100 mm can be expected at some places, particularly in the central, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Vavuniya district. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, Sabragamur and central provinces during the morning. The Met Department further noted that there may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. As such, the public is advised to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity.
The Rising Star Awards 2017, organised by the Hotel Association of Sri Lanka, was held in Colombo recently.
The highly competitive contest sparked interest among thousands of aspiring youth engaged in the hospitality sector. The contestants were pitted against each other under 9 specific categories such as concierge and receptionist. The event was held under several guests including MP Sarath Amunugama and MP John Amarathunga.
The backbone of the tourism industry is a hotel. The performance which you put forward in your hotels, particularly it is the staff who is responsible for that, who will be creating the first impression of hospitality in Sri Lanka. Now the important thing here is that you are giving an opportunity for the younger generation to come up with their skills and come up to the hospitality standards that are found around the world. And that this program as such will give them the opportunity to display their talents and their knowledge, ability in the industry. There are lots of problems with regard to regulation and laws that are governing this subject. And I find it very difficult for our officials to get through these obstacles. More particularly, they are scared of the CID.
An event was held in Colombo recently to ceremonially launch a solar village in Ganemulla. The event was held under the auspices of Minister of Law and Order and Southern Development Sagala Ratnayaka.
Speaking at the event, Minister Ratnayaka called on businessmen and entrepreneurs to make use of the business opportunities in the country provided by the government.
15 years ago, maybe 16 years ago, it was about that time, renewable energy was a good tagline, but it was not a feasible option economically. Solar power was very expensive. So was wind power. The only available options that were viable then were the hydros. When we came into power in 2015, we promised the people that we would re-democratize Sri Lanka. We would ensure that the rule of law prevails and a fair playing field is available for everybody. We are open for business, like I've said before. People need to make use of that opportunity.
That's a wrap of Lunchtime News. Remember, we are just a click away. You can log on to our website www.Newsfirst.lk to know about all these stories and much more. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Good day.